I'm Peter Loshak, and we are talking right now with Dave Golokhov, senior sports columnist for AskMen.com. Dave, thanks for being here this week.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to talk about the Bills at the Cardinals. Now, you told me that you had a slight lean on this game. I think, looking it over, I think I have more of a moderate lean on this game. I'm liking the Bills here. The Cardinals are a 4.5-point home favorite. The total's 43, and the Cardinals, of course, are having a lot of problems on offense. Their running game is banged up. Kevin Cobb in general is just, mediocre to sucks. And the Bills, look, they spent $4 billion on their defense this year and didn't get much in return. They have a terrible defense right now. But, I have to believe that at some point they are going to be able to. They're aware of that. They're a little bit pissed off about it. The last 2 weeks they faced New England and San Francisco, both of whom had huge offensive days against them. That's a little bit forgivable because they're such good offenses. Arizona has one of the worst offenses in the NFL. Arizona doesn't win by margins anyway. 3 of their 4 wins were by 4 points or less. Putting it all together, I think the Bills plus 4.5 is a pretty good proposition. What do you think?
Yeah, and I even see it +5. Peter, did you leave any work for me? I like the Bills too, pretty much for every reason you said, and maybe a couple more. Arizona's the perfect team to bet on when you get them as a home dog, 3 points, 4 points, different situations against good teams, bad teams. They always show up in those home underdog roles, even occasionally on the road when you're getting, a touchdown or so. That's where I like to bet Arizona. I don't like to lay 5 points, 6 points, almost a touchdown with the Cardinals team that has no running game, a quarterback who's fragile, like Terrell Owens' psychiatric, his mind, his fragile mind.
Yes, he's fragile.
And that analogy didn't quite work out well.
No, it's fine.
As fragile as Kevin Cobb there, whatever. It's fragile. He can get concussed at any point. He's getting sacked.
All of humanity is fragile. Actually, let me stop you for a second. All of humanity in general is a lot more fragile than we really, give credit to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He gets sacked a lot. I think the Bills' defense has been shredded, but you can, as you said, you can forgive them against the Patriots and 49ers. I think this is a little bit more manageable for them. I see them as finally having that edge on the line of scrimmage on defense for the first time, maybe the first or second time this season. And I think that allows everything else to get going. The linebackers should do a better job. The secondary should get some help from the pass rush finally. And pretty much everything that you said, I agree with. I just don't like Arizona in these situations. I'd prefer to be getting points or at least laying 1 or 2 under a field goal. Right. Anything close to a touchdown is no thank you for me.
All right, well then why at first did you tell me it was only a very slight lean then? Why wouldn't you call it a moderate or a fairly strong lean?
Well, because the Bills are a piece of garbage, to be quite frank with you. They're in that situation. I call this the kind of gray zone. The New York Jets in their same situation where you're now 3-4 years into a regime and the results haven't come.
Yeah. And
you've got a veteran head coach, a veteran quarterback, and at some point this season, if things don't turn around, this team is truly going to quit. They're going to fall apart at the seams. They're going to quit. We don't know. That's the thing. You don't know. Has this happened yet? Has Chan Gailey lost this team yet? Has Ryan Fitzpatrick lost the confidence of this team yet? So it's possible that we've already seen that because they got shit kicked by the Patriots in the second half 2 weeks ago and then absolutely flattened by the 49ers last week. So it's possible, but
those are elite NFL
that's
teams.
why it's a slight lean.
Yeah, those are elite NFL teams, though. Why shouldn't the Bills be a lot better? They spent a ton of money on their defense. They got C.J. Spiller, who's like a super dynamic offensive player. They should be a lot better. Why do you think they haven't seen the results on the field?
Well, 2 things. Dave Wannstedt is one of the worst football coaches in NFL history. Okay. That guy has taken more talent and done less with it than, I can't even think of a better anybody to compare him to. And he's coordinating their defense right now. This is a guy who mid-summer said that Sean Merriman's back and then a month later cut him. So that's what you got with Dave Wannstedt. So I have no faith in him, getting all of those parts to work. And secondly, the issue on offense, it's no longer the offensive line. I trust Chan Gailey as an offensive coach. He's developed Fred Jackson out of nowhere, Stevie Johnson out of nowhere. The problem is Fitzpatrick. And we just don't know. It looks like this team has lost faith in him. Yeah. This guy just throws so many picks. He can't be efficient with the football. And you see this all the time. You see it with the Jets and Mark Sanchez. You sometimes see it with the Chicago Bears and Jay Cutler. Just the team plays different when they're concerned about the quarterback, making costly mistakes. You see this with the Cardinals and Kevin Kolb. When he's playing smart, the team, the defense, the offense, everybody is more confident. When they're worried about him making that pick six or the costly fumble, everything changes. And that's what's happening with the Bills right now, is that offense just isn't confident because they're just holding their breath that Fitzpatrick doesn't throw 3 picks and fumbles. And ever since he signed that $59 million extension, he's been like that.
Right.
They need him to play well. They need him to play, with some confidence and infuse confidence in that team. So those are the 2 issues that I see with the Bills.
All right, well, in general, I'm agreeing with you, though. Yes, the Bills are a head case team, but I like them here quite a bit at +4.5. Thanks, Dave.